Okay, I thought I'd try something new this morning. Instead of hopping on Scope and dealing with all that bullshit over there. Mm-mm. No thanks. So I just take a few minutes to review my day. I think I'm going back to bed. I don't feel good today. I worked real hard for the last 3 days doing my floors, cleaning my house, shit like that. And I'm gonna have to order some Powerade. I got my new vacuum. I should do a review on that Shark vacuum. It's alright. I still have my old Electrolux. It's the upright Electrolux. Oh my god, that's a beautiful, beautiful vacuum. It's heavy, but the one I have it's an upright. It's from years ago. I don't know if they make an upright anymore. I just bought something real quick because my Electrolux didn't fucking die on me. It's just that I've had it so long, and I'm like, I have other vacuums that I use. Like, I have a smaller vacuum. I think I got a Dirt Devil vacuum and shit. But I got other little vacuums that I use. But when I haul out the Electrolux, that's for the big cleaning jobs. The overall, all through the house type of thing. And when I pull it out, it's got that I have dogs, I had cats too. So, well, let's see, did I have that vacuum when I had a cat? Probably not. Uh, maybe I did. Maybe it was new then. Anyway, so, yes, I got the Electrolux. Jeez, it's been a while. I don't know. But anyway, so let's see what else. Yeah, the new vacuum. It's one of these ones that the Shark one. The canister detaches, so, but it just leans to the left a lot. I don't know if it's me holding it or what, but with or without the canister, the Shark thing, that vacuum, that leans, and it's kind of gives you the feeling that it's kind of just with the Electrolux, it's a solid move back and forth. But with this one, with the Shark, it's kind of like you have this feeling that there is the canister attached. Like there's that swing factor, that extra momentum from something hanging there. So it throws the direction off a little bit, and I tend to veer to my left. And I don't know if that's because I'm using my right hand, but I used my left hand and it still kind of went to the left. So I don't think it's because I'm using a particular hand. Anyway, so I have these waterlogged carpets in my kitchen. And because my kitchen floor gets cold in the winter, and my feet, they're in such bad shape that my feet and my legs, even my chest is very sensitive to temperature. My back too. And I get sick real quick. It comes over me. The temperature hits me, and it makes me thoroughly ill. And so let's see. The waterlogged carpets were really good when I had a couple dogs, and as the dogs got older, it contained any kind of messes that they would make. So they're like 4x3, I think, something like that. Maybe 4.5 by something like that. It's 4x3 probably. But they're real heavy. They got a very heavy backing, and it's a extremely durable rug. Like, this thing will last you for fucking ever. I even have a few that I've just tossed outside as I've recycled them. And no weeds come up in those areas. I mean, these are pretty solid carpets. And they withstand the weather really good, too, I'll say. But indoor in my kitchen, uh, I have to pull them out and then take them outside and I hose them down and spray vinegar all over it. Heavy, heavy layer of vinegar. And then I rinse them real good, both sides. And so I'm lifting up some really heavy shit, along with the fact that it's totally waterlogged. So it's extremely heavy. I don't know, I did about ten of those, something like that. And I'm just kind of tired after all of that. And from having to bend and squat and pick up shit that's heavy and pull it up and everything. And plus, I'm doing this on like steps because that way that helps the water drain, right? So, I'm not going to do it on the grass. I do it on the cement steps out back. They're like not regular steps. It's you know, concrete rock tiles type of thing. Yeah, 17-foot block of tile. So they're long. So it's a gradual steepness there. Yeah. So let the water run off, but I wash them real good. Oh, I don't feel good today because all that squatting and stuff, all my muscles around my panty line and shit, they hurt so bad. It's much deeper than when I do other exercises. Because when I actually do apply my muscles to a situation like that, it seems like I always do that harder than any workout I did. So they really hurt. Anyway, so I'm not feeling good today and I'm tired. And I did sleep some, but I'm probably going to go back to sleep. But today's effort is going to include, I'm going to try and get, if I get my shopping order later on today, I'm going to try and make some, if it's not today, it'll be tomorrow maybe, huh? But I'm going to try and make some Jack in the Box. I'm going to replicate Jack in the Box tacos. So I'll have to make this meat paste up. I don't know. I've seen some of the recipes and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't know they fucking blended the meat like that. Maybe I won't do that. But then I won't get the same texture, so maybe I will do that. Even though it doesn't seem appetizing to me, like it looks like dog food, man. So I'm like, well, but it's been a while. I don't have a Jack in the Box around here, but they do have Burger King tacos, and I don't really like the Burger King restaurants. I don't really like. I just don't like that. So I'd rather just try and make my own. And I do have some of the. I gotta get some corn tortillas. But I do have some of the. Oh, and I never have a Kraft American cheese these days, so I'm gonna have to get a little package of that. Because I know that that's the kind of cheese you gotta use. I normally don't ever use that kind of cheese. Usually only use a white cheese. White cheese doesn't have the shit in it that yellow cheese does that causes aluminum in the brain, which causes Alzheimer's. So, I try and stay away from that yellow cheese. But I got the cheese. I even have the bottle of hot sauce, Taco Bell hot sauce. So I do like that hot sauce, but I think that maybe a hot sauce like what's it called? It's It's got a blue label. Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. I think I'm gonna have to go eat something like maybe I'll have a couple of 2/8 of a pita with some hummus. Maybe that'll be my breakfast. I gotta eat something. I just don't feel good. I feel a little nauseous actually. Oh, my stomach. Oh, is he gonna feed a Skippy? Oh, Skippy's such a good dog. He's such a sweetie. I've had Skippy since he was 8 weeks old. He's the best dog ever. He's a cute little dog. I say he's little. He's 100 pounds, but hey, sweetie, what are you gonna do? Did he poop? Oh, go get your butt wipe, Skippy Boo. Yeah, we wipe his butt every time he poops. Yep, gotta keep that clean. He even gets, I think we use the preparation, at least I do. I know my husband probably does. He probably uses a wet paper towel, I think. But I use a paper towel sometimes, but a wet paper towel, very gently. But I also use preparation H wipes. You know, they're there for me, so why not use them on the dog? It's not like he's gonna lick back there. He can't really reach back there, so he's a good dog. He gonna get food. Gotta get his breakfast. Yeah, I got a nice husband. He does shit like that for me when I can't do it. But that's okay because I do lots of shit for him that there's no way physically he could do. So I'm always the one that's got to put out physically, you know what I mean? I remember one time when the fucking fence was blowing here. I'll tell you a story. It was really a cold winter night and it was blowing, the wind was blowing something fierce. And alongside my fence, I always get down this corridor between, it's a 10-foot area, it's 10 foot wide. And it's an area that, like, my house is on one side, my fence is on the other. And it's the side of my house. And the wind just blows right through there. I've had problems with that corridor so many times. I don't know what it is. For some reason, all the buildings around here and everything, something culminates and blows through my little corridor. And, like, I used to have these Rubbermaid storage units up there, these storage cabinets. I had about 2 of them put on nice wood floor, like a womanized wood type of, like 4x8 cut in half, so it was like a 4x4 and like 4x5 or so, I don't know, something, but it was really nice platform for both of them. Very thick wood, double layered platform, all fucking edged out and everything real nice, all level and everything. And they used to stand perfect because I'm just a fucking nut like that. Anyway, so those Rubbermaid storage units, they looked really good there for a number of years and it provided me with space. Loved it. I had a couple tall ones. They were real tall on one side of the house, and then on the other side of the house, I had a couple of shorter ones that kind of gave me a little work spot to do my gardening when I used to do gardening. It's a nice little countertop type of thing, that level. But the bigger ones on the other side where the corridor is, uh, those blew over so bad. That corridor, I had what is it, a microburst? There was a microburst in there, in that corridor. One rainy summer day, I think it was like in July or something. Maybe June, I don't know. It was pretty bad, and there was a microburst, like a mini tornado, like a mini tornado, and it totally tore up the those things had I had some heavy shit in those fucking cabinets. Okay, I had golf clubs. I had some heavy shit. I had tons of heavy shit, and it had a plastic floor on it too. So we had the two pieces of wood platform with the plastic floor on top, and then the cabinet, and that thing fucking went right the fuck. All of them, both of them went right over, blew all apart. Actually, pieces of the roof part fell off, like blown, like it's like something just. It was so devastating. It was like such a small area to face such devastation. It looked like it was definitely a mini tornado because it was like all over the place. Everything was strewn all over. The cabinets were open and everything was like all over the place. And then I had fixed that. Then that just gives you an idea how much wind can culminate in that corridor, right? One winter night I was out there. I had to go out there. I see my fence. At the time, I had a wood fence. I still got that wood fence. It's got the 4x4 posts, wood fence, right? Well, behind that was a 3-foot chain link fence that my neighbor had. So they had a fence up there, a little small fence forever. And then when I built my wood fence, it was right up against it. Maybe just, I don't know, a couple inches off the plat line. But anyway, so uh, I, it was really windy. It was really bad. And my fence was gonna go, man. And there was shit blowing so bad that the panel had come off of the post and was blowing out. So the storm, and it was snowing. So we're talking, I had about 10 inches of snow out there. It had snowed like the day before. It had been snowing for hours and hours, right? It was one of those days where the snow never fucking ends. We got an accumulation of 10 inches, then, the sun came, and then it was that night. So I still had like 10 inches of snow on the ground. And it had been snowing before, so there was like snow layered from a number of different snowstorms on the ground. And I had to go out there and I had put my boots on. And this was probably about 9, 10 o'clock at night. And, I got the dogs, so I got to maintain the integrity of the fence, right? And even though on the other side is a 3-foot fence, it's a short fence. Like, my dog would have no problem jumping that in a minute. In fact, he'd probably enjoy doing that. When he was that age, yeah, he was. So I went and I had to go outside and I went into now my garage is on the other side of the house. So we're talking the whole stretch of the house. And I had to go all the way from the garage to get the red dolly. And I put this 300-pound bench on a dolly. And I'm not joking about the bench, okay? The bench is about 3 inches thick wood, probably about 3.5 inches of very thick, heavy wood. And then there's no back to the bench, it's just a bench. But then the two legs of the bench are two I-beams. So it's really heavy metal. And I'm not kidding, it looks like an I-beam. That's exactly what it looks like. and it's that thick. I mean, it's a very, very thick, heavy bench. So, okay, like I can't lift up the bench by myself. Like you have to, I can lift one end and move it one end at a time. That's how heavy the fucking bench is. And I don't know where I got this strength from, but I put that fucking bench right up on a fucking dolly and hauled it across the yard and put that bench up against the fence. And then I'm like, well, this isn't going to work, because I got cobblestone up by the fence and it's not a flat area, so I got to finagle it. And so I said, well, fuck this. I'll go get these cement blocks that sit near my air conditioner. I had some leftover cement blocks, and I mean, I had, like, these are not your typical cement blocks. These are, of course, I'm going to tell the story where the cement blocks are the most biggest thing you've ever heard of, but they were, okay? So, they're like, I don't know, let's see, they're about a foot, 13 inches, 14 inches long. And they're probably, 4 inches high, 5 inches high. And then they're like, so 4 by 5 inches high, not four, I mean, like 14 inches, 15 inches. However, ones, the standard ones, but they're not the ones with the hole in the middle. They're the whole solid cement blocks. So it's like a foot by, I don't know, 9 inches, 10 inches, and then by 5 inches, 4 inches. Anyway, they're real fucking heavy. And I had to I put two at a time on there, on that dolly. And see, again, the air conditioner's on the same side of the house that the garage is on. So I had to do all that, bring those over. I brought about 8 of them over. I propped them up, so I could put them down and left a space in between the cobblestone and the cement blocks so I could kind of angle one of the one side of the bench in there so I could prop it up as an angle, so that it would hold the fence up during the storm because I was going to lose my fence. And I couldn't afford to lose the fence, in the middle of the winter. The dog's already higher because of the snow, so a 3 foot fence quickly becomes a 2 foot fence. You know what I mean? So I fucking had to really support that. I didn't want to have a place where my dog would be able to escape. And boy, I had that there like forever until the snow melted, until the spring. And then Jose came and fixed that before. That was back a couple of years ago, like what, 2015 or something? Oh my God, I was never the same after that. Physically, that took everything. I've never been the same. That particular moment in time did so much damage to my body. It's like it took me weeks to recover initially from the just being outside and the cramping and just the horrible feel. Like I gave it my all and I really physically hurt myself. And even before that, I was in really bad shape as well. So it's not like I was coming from a really great place physically. But I did that. I need a sip of something. And I'm not going to edit these videos. I'm just going to, not these where I just talk. I'm not going to take the time to edit out the times where I drink something or some shit like that. Anyway, so that's what I mean about all the heavy shit being up to me. It's always been that way. I don't like it like that. I never really thought about all those things when I got married, you know. And then you get older and you get set in your ways, and the duties get doled out, and wouldn't you know, the next thing I know, I'm doing all the masculine things in the marriage like that. Well, not all of them, but the physical side of them I am, and I don't like it. I don't like having to be like in charge of all of that. I'm too old for that now, and I worry about that. I get a sick feeling in my stomach just thinking about what could be ahead of us this winter. I hate it. I just, after last winter's polar vortex, it's the most scariest fucking thing. And, no, that's very scary shit. I wish I would have moved this year. I really wanted to. But you don't want to move, and it's probably physically impossible for me to move right now. Too old. Waited too long. It happens. Yeah.